Just a reminder, if you're enjoying the show, don't forget to support us, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more. Your star ratings and reviews help others discover our podcast, so take a moment to share your thoughts. We appreciate you, and let's keep the conversation going.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to ADHP. That's Attention Deficit Hyperactive Politics. Will you please welcome your hosts, Doug Robinson, Todd Sellers, and Brandon Popson.
Hey, everybody! Thanks for tuning in to another episode of ADHP with Doug, Todd, and Brandon.
Woohoo!
Hey Todd, hey Brandon. How's it going, guys?
You know, it's going all right. I can't really complain. It's not too hot today, but it's also not freezing either, so that's good.
Yeah, I enjoyed my day. I barbecued some burgers. Hung out with my cat.
Yeah, the weather is much more agreeable today than it was last week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
not dying right now.
Today.
I did try to go into Renton yesterday, which was a mistake before noon, because it was yesterday morning was the parade for River Days, which is the local street fair that happens every year, and pretty much all of 3rd was the parade route, so all the traffic was rerouted other directions, and so I got as far as McLendon's, and they said, you know what, I'm not anywhere where I want to be, so I'm just going to turn around and go back. So.
Nice. The other week I went to Bonadori up there in Seattle.
What a what-y?
Bonadori is like a Buddhist festival, like a Japanese Buddhist festival that they do in all kinds of cities and all over the world, actually. There's one in Vancouver, I think, next week. There's one, there was an Auburn, like, last week. Yeah, it's a big Buddhist thing. I'm not Buddhist myself, but I am Japanese, so I kind of went down there and hung out with a friend and, you know, ate some food, played some Go.
Right on.
Yeah.
How about you, Doug?
I've never heard of that. That's actually
Neither have I.
Pretty cool.
It was very fun, actually.
I took Japanese in high school. It took 3 years of my Japanese as for my foreign language, and studied some Buddhism, but I have not heard of those festivals. Of course, we have these festivals all over the place this time of year. Like, summer is just nothing but different festivals for Western Washington. It's pretty great.
Oh, it is. And you know what the best part about it was, is I was looking around, and it was not just Japanese folk. There was people of all different races and colors and everything. And like, I was talking to my friend, I'm like, you know what? Like, this is why I love Seattle so much. This is exactly why I like living here.
Yeah, anytime I see a place that's just predominantly white people, it makes me nervous. Like, why? How did it end up this way?
Are we talking about the Arkansas thing tonight, or should we add that to the list?
You'll have to catch me up on that.
The Arkansas thing? Okay, remind me.
What happened in Arkansas?
Arkansas. They're building a whites-only community.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. What's their state bird going to be? Mayonnaise?
No, that's the state spice.
That's spice.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
The state spice will be butter. It'll be butter.
Man, this salt really adds a kick. That's the motto.
This salt has a kick.
Alrighty. I'm sorry. I thought about that story and it made me laugh. I was dying with my friends at work about that the other day.
Yeah, that's funny.
But no, you're talking about the Seattle festivals and everything around here and the parade in Renton, and they did the Torchlight Parade in Seattle, which they now can do down the waterfront since they've demolished the viaduct and they did the whole new park. That whole new park on the Seattle waterfront just opened this past weekend, actually.
Okay.
We're recording here on the 28th. It just opened on the 25th. It looks beautiful. I haven't gone down there myself yet, but looks like they did a hell of a job down there.
I was in Seattle a couple of weeks ago. I went on my birthday. I actually went with a friend to the aquarium. That's the word.
Okay,
aquarium.
yeah, so you were down there, yeah.
Yeah, and It's amazing, honestly. Having that place like being a walk, like a walking friendly area, it made it
Yeah,
cool. It made it nice to be down there. I actually enjoyed my time down there, which Seattle tends to stress me out, to be honest with you.
right. No,
But
for sure. Anytime you got to go, it's always stressful. But now it's cool. You don't even have to really, you don't have to drive in there. You can take you can take a bus to the light rail.
yep, yep. I don't know how people can be opposed to these like walkable cities. It's wild to me that people think that's a bad thing. Like, God forbid you don't need to jump into your car and pay $25 for parking in a city.
Yeah, God forbid you should be able to live in a city without owning a car. Like
Yeah, or if you own
that's
a car, not like paying for, like tons of money just to drive, across the city, like as
right.
opposed a couple of blocks. Like, why is that bad? How can you be opposed
Yeah,
to that?
our cities should be like if we're thinking future forward, our cities should be places where you just once you get into the city, you can park away your personal vehicle, and then you just can travel all around the city by various means of public transit, whether it's a bus, whether it's a light rail, whether it's people movers and sky bridges and things like that. Like the city of the future doesn't need a car to get around it, and there's no reason not to be thinking about that.
Oh, I agree, 100%.
Yeah. So Seattle, definitely a future-thinking city. Not that they don't have work to do. I mean, we talked about last week very briefly. We touched on that story of how the current mayor of Seattle, Bruce Harrell, seen some backlash from many of the unions that had supported his initial run, are now supporting his more progressive candidate. And anytime there's a more progressive candidate in the race, that's who I tend to pull for whenever feasible. So Seattle mayoral candidates. Uh, Katie Wilson is the person I'm talking about. So if you're a voter in Seattle voting for mayor this year, Katie Wilson is definitely somebody you want to look into over Bruce Harrell. Um, but the main topic today is going to be something that's the main topic's a meme called Project 2028. We looked into it as best we could. We don't see anything official about it. I will issue a warning for people that are looking into this. There is something called Progress 2028, which kind of looks like a Democratic response to Project 2025, but it's actually a campaign funded by conservatives with the goal of linking actually Kamala Harris to policy ideas that she has not previously supported. So it's basically beware of the Progress 2028. But what we're talking about here is an image
I
that
see
you
what you
might
mean.
have seen circulating online. It was brought to us by our good friend Silas, who was going to join us tonight and still might. Um, the phone number should be scrolling on the screen. So Silas, if you want to call in to discuss this, feel free to call in. But we're going to go over this
425
Project 2028 image.
425 243 7571. Sorry. It was scrolling
Yep, fair
across the
enough.
screen, so I was like, I'm going to read it while it's there.
And Todd, I don't know. Are you able to put this image up on the stream?
Yeah. Hold up.
Just so people can see what we're talking about. But yeah,
Uh,
it's something that people are sharing on the socials, and it's full of good ideas. Some more feasibly sounded. They're some of more sound feasibility than others. Um, but yeah, I guess we can just get into it. Are we all able to look at a copy of it right now? Brandon,
Yeah.
are you
Yeah.
okay? So I'm just gonna read through the list real quick, and then we'll go back to the first one and kind of give our thoughts. So real quick, it's Project 2028. So their goals are to overturn Citizens United, codify women's right to choose, term limits for SCOTUS, get rid of the Electoral College, outlaw gerrymandering nationwide, ranked choice voting in all elections, return fairness doctrine in media, universal health care for all, and stock trading while in Congress, cap Congress salary 1.5 times median income of their district, cap CEO pay 35 times lowest paid full-time employee, tax billionaires out of existence, tax unrealized gains used as loan collateral, tax megachurches, and increase federal minimum wage to $20 an hour. Okay, so those on the surface all sound great, but let's go back to the top. Overturn Citizens United.
Let's do this. With gumption.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Let's
Brandon,
do
what's
this.
your thoughts on that? Yeah.
Oh my God, is it way overdue? How would you describe Citizens United in the best way possible? So
It
basically,
mandates corporate ownership of politicians.
but in a nutshell, is it the one that basically makes it so that corporates are their own corporations are their own entity and can get their own loans and shit like that?
Well, it's corporate spending is equivalent to individual. It's like basically the corporations are people.
Well, people too. Yes, that's it. Yes. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So basic car. Yeah. Yeah. This needs to go.
So like
100%.
in terms of spending on like political campaigns, you can't limit them from spending towards a message.
You know, I knew what it was. I just want to make sure it was right. Yep. Nope. Turn that shit over. It is one of the worst pieces of legislation that has ever been passed. Like, I mean, if you think about it, it defeats the purpose of capitalism. Isn't the purpose of capitalism that people are putting their money up and their name up and their credit up in order to, to reap the benefits of that?
Well, you could argue that the purpose of capitalism is for private money to control the means of production, right? So this is capital taking ownership of political candidates, right? It's basically and messaging on elections. So we basically have capitalism taking over the public sector in terms of our ability to control who controls it.
You know what else this thing doesn't have on here? This list doesn't have everything to talk about is lobbying.
Well, we'll have to. I suppose you'd have to do a lot of lobbying to get some of these things. So I guess we can't outlaw the lobbying.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah, realistically, yes. Realistically, okay. Yeah, yes. But no, I mean, you guys have any thoughts on that? Like, I doubt any of you guys disagree with overturning Citizens United. This is basically when we turn to a late stage capitalist society. Was the second that fucking passed.
Yeah, by my account of what's wrong with this country, and particularly what's wrong with the Democratic Party, because that's the one party that should be fighting harder for this country, and that's what happened to them, what broke them, and Citizens United is basically the final blow that broke the Democratic Party to where before it was highly incentivized to be corporately owned to now the corporations are going to have their candidates. And you can either be one of them or not. And those candidates are going to be the best funded candidates in the field. And that's what a whole bunch of Democrats sold out to. It's it's the battle. They're trying to battle good billionaires versus woke billionaires versus not woke billionaires. And we need to stop. The only way out from under that fight is to get rid of Citizens United.
Ah, yes, absolutely. Yes, that is just a terrible.
Yeah, because it should be a fight of the billionaires versus everybody else. Like, everybody should be teaming up against the billionaires to do the thing that this thing says, which is tax billionaires out of existence.
I mean, you would think people would be for that. It's amazing to me how many, poor-ass people will sit there and act like they're going to be billionaires someday.
Yeah, was it Mark Twain that said that so many people consider themselves temporarily embarrassed millionaires? Or in this case, temporarily embarrassed billionaires.
Yep, it's insane to me.
Now, when it comes to overturning Citizens United, and this is something that goes also hand in hand with the other item of term limits for SCOTUS, the only ways to overturn Citizens United is to either one, have a have a new makeup of the Supreme Court and get a decision up to them that can overturn Citizens United, or two, a constitutional amendment.
Yes, realistically,
Which one is less impossible?
Yeah, given the current political climate, both of them are pretty much impossible. I love the term limits for SCOTUS, but I feel like a better way to go about that one would be expanding the court.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like
I feel like we should have done. I feel like the window was open under Biden in his first 2 years. I felt like with what Trump had done, there was political will to be like, okay, you know what, we're gonna, Mitch McConnell denying Merrick Garland a hearing was a historical wrong, and Trump and all his tomfoolery is a historical wrong. We're gonna right these historical wrongs by expanding the court to 11 or 13 or something like that.
Well, I think it's supposed to be representative of the people who live there, right? So it's probably even higher than that.
Yeah, and there's nothing in the Constitution that says how big the Supreme Court should be. It's just an act of Congress that sets the terms. So while they had Congress, they could have done it.
They really should have shouldn't they have 50, like one for each state?
Or at least one for, why not? Mine is 39, but yeah, we have a whole house of justices.
Yeah, why is this being left up to a very arbitrary number, from a much younger nation? It doesn't make much sense.
Well, we started as 3, and then it went to 6, I believe, and then it went to 9, and then FDR, as part of his New Deal first 100 days, was going to expand the court to 12 or 15. But in order to preserve the 9 count, the right justices agreed to resign and allow FDR to replace them. And so he got his majority on the Supreme Court that way, instead of having an expanded court. And I'm like, why didn't we even try that? Why didn't Biden even try that?
Well, that's the one thing about Biden that it was his biggest negative was he did not like to fight super hard. He got elected because his willingness to work with the right and get stuff passed. But the modern right doesn't see that as working together. They see that as weakness. So they stopped him from doing anything that he should have done. And I could go into this more. I was just talking to a friend about this the other day. I'm trying to stay on topic. This is one of those. Okay, moving on.
Yeah. So the point, I think the point that's going to come up with a lot of these is some of these, it's going to require a new Supreme Court or a constitutional amendment. And in the case that we have the ability to get a new Supreme Court or constitutional amendment, that's going to be a lot of different things. We could get all of these stuff if we had a constitutional convention where we had the votes prepared and the voters prepared to pass these things.
So I was just looking online because I remember hearing about this 2028 thing late last year, early this year, and I'm looking on TikTok where I originally saw it, and I came across a video of a content creator who's basically saying it's not a real thing. It's something that someone created just as a kind of an answer to 2025.
And I agree 100%. No, I have seen this graphic before. I have not seen any kind of united push from any Democratic leaders or anything like that. Even any kind of smaller groups to try to get this done.
Oh.
And on a realistic level, most of the stuff would not pass by the metrics of establishment Democrats. You want to talk about taxing billionaires out of existence, capping CEO pays at 35 times lowest paid full-time employees. You want to talk about something that's going to get kickback from some of the Democrats' largest donors? It's going to be that.
You guys want to hear the audio from this video talking about the 2028 thing?
I mean, what are they saying? You can just break it down for us.
I mean, I haven't listened to it. I know that this guy, he posts a lot of stuff that is not inaccurate.
So who is this?
This is from Good Trouble on social media.
Okay, we might as well. How long is it?
It's probably a minute.
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Detailed scheme outlining Kamala Harris's plan to build migrants' houses with your money and feed them your children. I'm paraphrasing. Unsurprisingly, it's made up. It's a false flag, fake pro-Harris campaign funded by dark money with ties to, you guessed it, Elon Tusk. who has reportedly given them over.
Time out. This isn't even the same.
It's not the same thing.
It's not the
We're
same
talking about the
picture.
same thing.
Yeah, I don't think this is the same. Yeah, this isn't the same thing at all. No, he's talking about a fake pet graphic put up by the MAGA chuds. This is not what we're talking about, because the stuff we're talking about, the typical liberal, leftist, or whatever you want to call it, would not be opposed to. The stuff they're talking about, like Kamala Harris, I don't think Kamala Harris needs graphics ever attached to it. This is just a concept. He's talking about some much more extremist type of movement
Okay.
on TikTok. This is not what we're talking about. No.
I mean, because it says. I mean, I just did a search for Project 2028, and this is one of the things that come. This is the first thing that popped up.
Yeah, was that on TikTok?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't.
Okay, there's your song right there, man.
No.
Yes, yes,
No.
yes,
You know, stop.
yes.
Really, stop.
Oh, yeah, no.
Seriously. This guy, okay, you guys can hate on TikTok all you fucking want. I don't care, but this guy is not one of those people that blows smoke up everyone's ass. So, and it's yeah. No, I don't want to even get into that.
You're saying he's a source
I trust this guy. Yeah, it's not a random person that I pulled up from TikTok that is talking out of their ass. This guy. I see this guy post stuff all the time, and he's usually pretty on top of things.
Like I said, I guarantee you what he's responding to is a modified graphic of exactly what we're talking about right now.
I don't think he's not even talking about this graphic. This graphic is fucking new. I've never seen this before. So this idea of 2028 is not a new thing. It's been around since like late last year.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Did you cover this just a second ago, Doug? About there was something like that.
I'm wondering if he's responding to the progress 2028.
There we go. That's what he's talking about. Yeah, you're talking about progress 2028.
Okay, so but in the details of his video, it says Project 2028.
And this is what the right wingers are trying to do to confuse it. This is exactly what they're trying to do on purpose. They love to fucking take terms and praise from other people and try to confuse it.
He was debunking it though, right?
He was basically saying that this is absolute horseshit. Do not fall for this. And because the things he was talking about were things that were talked about in late last year, like November of last year. Now it may have evolved into this graphic that's on the screen. But it's not. It's. The first time I heard of this Project 2028, it was more or less kind of an internet meme saying, "Yeah, we'll show them. We'll do this, and this, and this." And I don't think it was ever meant to be a real thing. But people are liking what they're seeing and they're going with it.
Exactly, and the thing he's responding to is not this. The thing he's responding to is I'm pretty sure he typoed. He's talking about Progress 2028, which is a Republican thing, and Doug brought that up before. He brought that up that that's a freaking conservative, basically psyop, what do we call it? Like
I downloaded the video, so if you guys actually want to see it in its entirety without it being played on the podcast, I'll send it to you guys later.
Yeah, we can check it out, and then we can come back to it next week if there's something that.
Here's one that does actually have that graphic, and this is from the 20th of this month. Okay.
If it had had this graphic, that's probably more accurate because I can't imagine
it's more recent for sure. So
I can't imagine most leftists who disagree with anything on this graphic. Like if you're anyone who disagrees with this graphic is a hardcore right winger, hardcore.
Let's see.
Right, if you disagree with them as goals, I could see people maybe being like, "Oh, well, they're not feasible or something," but
yeah.
But nobody would disagree with these as aims. I don't think.
It doesn't look like this is.
We'll get to some of that. I have some nits to pick.
Oh yes, absolutely. Same here.
I'm just saying that let's dig into this a little deeper, not just look at the surface of this, and then. Because this graphic is actually a screen grab from TikTok if you wanted to really go into that. So, all right, let's get back to it.
Did you find this TikTok, you think? That it's from?
Well, I mean, what I'm seeing here is a video that has this image and it has what the description says is Project 2028 is here to reclaim our democracy. From overturning Citizens United to banning stock trading in Congress, taxing billionaires out of existence, to raising minimum wage to $20 an hour. This is our blueprint for change. And then it just kind of has the bullet points of what's on the graphic.
So yeah, people are kind of trying to secret this into reality. They're trying to manifest it.
Yeah.
They're trying to spread the knowledge, which is what we're trying to do too.
Yeah.
Give people a talking point, a way to talk about. Because there's a lot of shit we got to do now to clean up after Trump, and to have a nice.
We're going to be spending the next decade doing it, a couple decades even.
Something like Project 2028. And I think people would get what that means. Like, it's the opposite of Project 2025. And really, it should be 2029. But we'll work on it. We'll see what people figure out.
Yeah, this will work for now.
Yeah.
So I'm doing something here.
Yeah.
I'm also seeing a lot of things calling it Project 2029 as well.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. That's what it really should be. But the next item there is, so we all agree overturn Citizens United should happen, but assuming we have to live within that world, the next thing on this list is codify women's right to choose. So this is something that Democrats have been criticized for not doing previously.
So give me 1 second here, guys. Give me one moment here, guys. We want to talk about this with a certain guest, and they may be joining us in just a second.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Well, let's see. Keep going. I'm talking. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to work this out here.
Are they going to jump in on Discord?
Yeah,
I think it should be.
Yes,
it sounds like it. Sounds like it.
Okay. So, the Democrats.
Hey, there we go.
People say like, "Oh, are we here?"
Oh wait.
Hey!
Yeah. Well, give me a second. Give me a second.
He's muted.
Yeah, he is. There we go.
Hello?
Hello.
There we go. Hey, hello.
I've never used this thing before, so I'm trying to.
Really? Well.
Discord.
Brandon's like, he's a nerd. Of course he has. Of course he has Discord.
Yeah. It's like when I went to, I always say, I think I'm nerdy, I'm super nerdy, and then I go to Comic-Con, and I was like, oh, I'm not that nerdy, I guess. This is use Discord. I'm like, no, I've never trying to get this video going.
Yeah. Discord can be a pain in the butt. I'm not gonna lie.
Allow this.
There you
There
are.
we go. Hey.
Okay.
He's got a better background than all of us. Fuck you, dude.
I'm in my Blair.
You look like
the
he's ready
podcast.
to, do an open box or something. Like you got a new Superman toy to show us, or?
I might. Oh my God! Have you been? I was so close to buying the popcorn things that they have for this. Have you seen them?
No.
They're newspaper stands, they're little newspaper daily with the Daily Planet there. The movies are getting so good with popcorn souvenirs. I love it.
Oh, because the stream has ended.
No, I ended the share so we could have full screen with all four of us.
Oh, you
okay?
Well,
Right to me.
Are we live?
We are live right now. We were just talking about the Project 2028 thing. Actually.
Yeah, we just got started. We're on the second item.
Okay, I'm pulling it up here.
So Silas sent us this image. Where did you find it? You just find it on Facebook, Silas?
Facebook or I don't know, Threads somewhere, making me angry.
Are you a Threads guy, or are you a Blue Sky guy, or are you everything?
I think I have a Blue Sky account that I don't look at. I've started getting involved in Threads. I don't know. It's feeding me junk to make me mad. So You know,
Maybe Blue Sky might be more your speed.
I think it was there, huh?
Blue Sky might be more your speed. Because
there's just so many. I'm like, could just everyone just do Facebook so we can all know where we're gonna be? I don't want to.
Yeah.
Oh, the man, Chase.
all these people that are mad about Meta.
Facebook is it's just us and our advertisers. I don't get a bunch of strangers in my feed.
Yeah. I get called all the time for using Facebook at work. You have no idea.
Oh, I would never use Facebook at work. Ever.
No,
of course not.
If you're on item 2, codify women's right to choose.
Yeah, we're against it, and we're all in agreement, right?
Women's suffrage. Why would I want to make women suffer? What the fuck is that?
Right, yeah, codify women's right to choose. Is that about voting?
No.
To choose anything, really.
Abortion, right?
Yeah.
Well, I am for killing babies. I don't like the idea of women choosing.
Choose to have to wear pants instead of a dress. Choose to not have to deal with somebody else's bullshit if they don't want to.
For example, I think we're all in agreement here.
Right?
Like, I'm pretty sure we're all here pretty much for women's right to choose. I don't feel like there's any diversity of thought in this group.
Well, the biggest thing is, like, I don't think they'll ever, if they do that, will it be an issue to fight for anymore? How will people raise money?
Oh, that's true. Exactly. You're right. No, you're right. What would they campaign on?
And here's the thing, though. Like, well, how do they codify it? Because they could make a law, sure, but the Supreme Court could just say that's unconstitutional.
It's an amendment.
It needs to be amended. Yeah, exactly. It needs to be amended.
Well, but how are they getting this amendment then, I guess?
They'll never get it. I mean, it's going to be so hard to get that amendment through.
So that's something that came up before you came on with the first one, Overturn Citizens United, is pretty much all these things are going to either require a new Supreme Court or a constitutional amendment. And then the question was, which one is less impossible?
I think Citizens United, more people would actually be. A lot of the politicians don't want to get rid of it, probably, but I think you could probably find more people across the aisle that would be cool with it. Like the blue collars on every side are probably in favor of overturning.
Right, you could get the NASCAR dads and the educated college-educated moms to agree to that. Like,
do you go with the MAGA coach?
They're making another left turn.
Well, MAGA, a lot of MAGA. That was one of the. I mean, that wasn't that. This I thought that was kind of one of the things that he was saying is I know how to manipulate. I know how to do all this stuff. So when I get in there, I can fix it. Like they've kind of forgotten that.
Yeah. I mean, define fix it for them. I mean, that means pretty much going after the illegals. It seems to be enough for them for fixing it.
Oh, anyway, yeah. I just think it'd be funny. I don't know. Does any other country in the world have abortion in their constitution?
Does any other country need to have it codified like that? Because religious assholes keep trying to fuck with it.
Did Canada recently do anything in theirs? I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, my understanding is that we don't have the strictest abortion laws in Western countries. I do believe other folks are a little more, but I think I believe
that's right. Yeah.
Don't think they have a question about if it's medically necessary. Like they don't have to fight that now. I think they're common sense to go, no, you're going to die. We're not going to let that happen.
Right, like pretty much in any other country in the world, you could just be like, health of the mother and have an abortion. But now you can't in America anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm looking at an EBS article right now that talks about abortion in other countries.
Are you fact-checking?
And what does abortion law look like around the world?
Real time.
About 100 countries have some restrictions. typically permitting abortion only in limited situations, including for socioeconomic reasons, risk to the physical or mental health of the woman, or the presence of fetal anomalies. So socioeconomic reasons for having an abortion.
Wow.
I mean, it's valid, I guess, but it's...
Oh, it's totally valid. I mean...
Well, you're poor. Can't really afford this, baby. So,
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
It is the part that is weird, I think, about Republicans, because you think they would want to, like, yeah, we hate poor people. We don't want more poor babies.
But they do want poor babies because those poor babies can go work in their factories. Elon Musk's mom straight up said it during an interview. Like, if we don't have, like, people that have babies, who's going to work in my, son's factories?
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I like father.
Apparently, the global trend in abortion law has been toward liberalization. Since 2000, 38 countries have changed their abortion laws, and all but one, which was Nicaragua, expanded the legal grounds. Since 2020, Argentina and Thailand legalized abortions with certain gestational limits. Mexico decriminalized it, as did South Korea, and New Zealand eased its abortion restrictions. Most recently, Colombia made abortion legal on demand up to 24 weeks of pregnancy.
I mean, it makes sense. Trying to force a woman to have birth, see, it's kind of fucked up upon, like, any kind of inspection.
The tendency of the world, isn't it, to become more progressive?
Yeah, I would say so. Look at the disbandment of, like, with slavery all over the world. I would agree.
As they're allowed to experience it, people gravitate towards that.
I think the only time it doesn't is when there's like a religious revolution in the country, right? Like Iraq was very free, and then they
U.S. and U.S. and the UK got involved. Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
That wasn't really natural. We made that happen to them, but I agree in concept. It was religion.
And you look at what happened in, like, Hungary. I don't know if that was... I mean, they're definitely using Christianity there, but I don't know if that was a revolution per se, but...
I don't know about Hungary, actually.
I don't know about Hungary either.
Hungary is apparently I need to do an episode on Hungary. So Hungary, run by Viktor Orban, it was a liberal democracy. Since Orban's come to power, which was like in 2014, I want to say, he started degrading and eroding all the different liberal and democratic institutions. Basically, the playbook for what Trump's doing now in Project 2025. So Viktor Orban turned everything into a Christianized, nationalized version. Getting rid of homosexual marriage. Basically, just doing a Project 2025 on Hungary. He's starting to really lose popularity now. He might even be thrown from power here soon, but he is a strong man, and it's going to be interesting what happens there.
Oh, so they have a prime minister and a president.
I have heard of Viktor Orban. I didn't know about everything else. That name, though, definitely has crossed my news feed.
Yeah, if you want to look up any articles about, like, Trump's playbook or something along those lines, you'll find stuff about Orban. So, okay, so that does it for codifying women's right to choose. And then, speaking of limiting terms, term limits on SCOTUS.
Who doesn't support that?
So this is one where I might nitpick a little.
What?
Just because we're gonna need SCOTUS on our side to get pretty much any of this stuff passed, or at least to have it hold up in court. Like, say we could get any of these things on demand, we're gonna need SCOTUS on our side. There's no reason, once we get SCOTUS on our side, there's no reason to limit terms on that at that point.
But that is really trying to use, like, the laws to benefit your side. I told you before, one of my big things is I don't think any political figure should be a permanent figure ever. They should be rotating. So the idea of a lifetime term limit to me makes me very uncomfortable.
You know, when I was
Yeah,
I was gonna say when I was in high school, the way it was presented to me about why the lifetime appointments were there made a lot of sense to me. Like that you can't sway somebody once they're in because the lifetime appointment. That has proven not to be true because we allow bribing, apparently. Right?
Mhm.
right.
But I
See,
don't.
that's my thing. Yeah.
I do like the idea that they have. I feel like it should be like a long term, though.
It could be like a 10-year term, and then years just. The question is, what is the fear of at that point? Like, are we afraid that they're going to be? It's kind of like a congressman now or a senator now, where it's like you get taken care of, and the promise that like when you retire, you're going to get the sweet lobbying gig. So now that's why you're voting for these corporations because they're going to hire you to be a lobbyist at the end of it.
I think maybe you can. I think maybe if you take that job, you are barred from working from public service or working for private corporations.
Yeah, it
If
should
you
be something.
agree to this, if you agree to this job, you can't work for someone else again. We will pay you well after you're out. Like
Oh, got what you mean. Got what you mean. Yeah.
because
I
they need
like
to be
that.
barred. Just like there
But
was
would
laws
that?
about barring people from being lobbyists, there needs to be a barring. It would need to be barred from being able to take jobs elsewhere.
Yeah, like a government
But their
job.
family could is the issue.
Yeah, I mean, there's always
There's always
The,
loopholes around it.
but what
Which
I
is why
like
I don't
about
know.
it,
This is a trickier question than I thought about before. I
What-
mean,
what-
all of these are valid points.
what I like about term limits though is because then when someone is running for president, you can tell people this person is literally going to pick these. They're going to have Supreme Court picks, not well, maybe depends if someone dies. Like, I hate that ambiguity of oh, someone might just get to put in 3 judges just because of bad luck, or someone like
Yeah.
Ginsburg being stubborn and screwing it all up for everybody.
And we end up in a situation where the majority of the court was appointed by presidents that didn't win the popular vote.
'Cause I do wonder how many people would have changed their vote in 2016 if they knew absolutely for sure the Republicans are going to get 2 or 3 nominees in.
Well, that's the thing, though, is like if they didn't know that, that's a messaging problem on the Democrats' fault, because that was what 2016 was all about for me. Was
Right,
this is our
but
chance to get the court back? This is our chance to get the court back and do everything good.
Yeah.
But it's a constant scare tactic on both sides. They use the oh, there's gonna be some judges are gonna die. This is your chance. And so I've heard that for so long that I think people are just numb to hearing that because they don't.
Well, the only times that really mattered were 2000 and 2016, which coincidentally are also the 2 most fucked elections in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Sure, because people would actually get they would drop their nomination if you found out they were a rapist, allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd be
Yeah,
like, oh, maybe I should drop out. The fact Clarence Thomas, they wouldn't even bat an eye at his hearing now, and he almost did not make it in because of
Anita Hill.
Long Dong Silver, right? Now they'd be like, whatever. Yeah, we don't care. Just put him in.
I agree.
Complete lack of.
Oh, there's no accountability on the right anymore. They've completely foregone that concept.
I feel bad for young people now because like they literally don't know of a time when votes didn't happen down party lines every single time.
Right. Yeah,
Like
which, most of my life it's been that way, but
Bill Clinton passing bills that Democrats and Republicans both got behind. We're like, yeah, that's a good idea.
Well,
right. Well, because nowadays,
a little Republicanish, but
right, but Clinton, when they had the Republican Revolution under Clinton, so if he wanted to get anything passed, he had to do it in cooperation with the Republicans. When the Republicans had their Tea Party revolution during Obama, their whole goal was just don't let him have a damn thing.
yeah,
Don't let him do a damn thing, and that's all we have to do from here on out.
you're right. That's all they did was obstruct Obama from that point on. That was the entire game plan, and that's all they did for the rest of his administration.
And because of that, Harry Reid undid the filibuster for judicial nominations beneath the Supreme Court, which then ends up becoming the justification that Mitch McConnell uses to block the to undo the filibuster for Supreme Court nominations, which is how we end up getting Kavanaugh and Gorsuch and Coney Barrett.
It's so corrupt. It's so fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, again, the best thing I think to get any of this would be, and I'm going to combine these next three items into one thing we're going to call voting reform, but get rid of the Electoral College, or at least render it moot by having enough states sign on to the Popular Vote Coalition. Which, if you don't know what the Popular Vote Coalition is, that's the name I'm just giving it right now. I don't know what it's actually called. But it's states decide how their electoral votes are distributed. There is essentially a petition that states that all but like one state or two states have signed on to, that the necessary states have signed on to, which is like 30 or 35 of the 50 states, where if their electoral votes equal 270 or more. And so they all agree that once enough states agree to reach the 270 point, they will change their state constitution to give their electoral votes to whoever wins the national popular vote. So we can just render the Electoral College moot by that way. And we're almost there.
Does that not
That would be nice.
Do I know?
Say that again?
Does that not need an amendment to get rid of that? To do that? Is it just like
do that? No.
Is this a gentleman's
because it's
agreement?
just a de facto. It's just a de facto. Well, the states have passed the legislature in their states to say once this hits this threshold, this automatically becomes law in our state.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what? And I need to check in on where that is at, on how close we are.
I can't wait. I can't wait till the Republicans start saying this isn't a states' rights thing and then they can't do this, because that's going to be deliciously ironic.
Well, they're already doing that with the ICE and what do you call it? Cities.
I don't want to talk about ICE right now. My blood pressure's been bad enough this week.
No.
Fucking fascist pressure shitheads.
But if we could actually reform national voting and outlaw gerrymandering and institute ranked choice voting, I mean, then we can pretty much get all the good stuff that we want out of our government, because the people in government are going to have to be that responsive.
Yeah, but good luck passing that. That's the issue. I love all these ideas, but they just one of the things when you say them out loud, it's like, man, could you imagine what it would take to pass this shit? Like, I just can't even.
You could
Hey,
get a popular movement against gerrymandering.
I think there already is.
There is. The problem is they don't give a fuck. They're just gonna keep ignoring us.
Well, I mean, eventually, if it becomes a top issue, you can get people actually, you can have it show up in an election. But they did get ranked choice voting in Alaska, so if they can do it in Alaska,
I think ranked choice voting and outlawed gerrymandering would
Those,
but
the
that
most,
would be easier to pass, I think, than the Electoral College.
yeah, exactly. Those two, you might have a shot with the electoral college. Like that would be, yeah.
My concern with ranked choice voting, like I think it's great, but I think America might be too dumb for it to pass.
That's what
Yeah.
people say.
You know, that might be a valid.
I don't think it's valid. I
Well,
think that's just a fear. I think when people
no,
get it explained to them and they have the directions sitting in front of them. Again, if
okay,
Alaskans can do it.
I would have agreed with you 2 years ago.
Now, if we can get Floridans to do it, then we can. The
Oh.
rest of the
Yeah, that's the
country.
thing. We got Alaska to do it. If Floridians can also do it, then I think we've set the extremes. I think we've tested the
We
extremes.
I was in the Seattle Film Critics Society. They do ranked choice voting for the awards at the end of the year, and discovering how challenging that was for some people, that made me really people. These are people who I think are somewhat intelligent, and they're having trouble with this concept of ranked choice voting. So I don't know how. Alaska probably voted it for because they didn't understand, didn't want to look stupid, right? Oh, sure. No, I totally get it.
Choice voting, yeah, that sounds excellent.
I just realized I had my wrong input in this whole entire time. Because I'm good
What do
at
you mean?
streaming. Thank you.
You sounded fine.
Oh, did I? Interesting.
Yeah.
Now you sound worse.
Do I?
Yeah.
You sound quieter now.
Better?
Maybe that channel just isn't turned up as high.
Yeah, that better?
Possibly. I turned my
You
volume
sound
up on
fine.
my end.
I was actually using my camera, I guess, somehow. It has better sound than my microphone. That's kind of sad.
You wrong-hold your own setup?
I did.
What happened?
I just realized I thought I was using the wrong input on my setup here, but apparently it sounded better when I was using the wrong device.
Oh yeah, it sounded really good. I don't know what you did, but yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll
I
go
stepped
back
away
to that.
from the. I stepped away from my mic for just a second because you guys were having a good conversation, and yeah, I missed it.
I guess I'll go back to my. I'm actually kind of glad to hear that. I hate this microphone.
Now you sound echoey.
Oh, I didn't think anything. God damn it.
You
To be
do
fair,
sound louder.
Doug, we can't even see you, so.
No, that's how it's meant to be.
Yeah, he doesn't like his
That's
background.
not a bug, that's a feature.
He doesn't like his background, so he doesn't turn his camera on.
My camera's on.
No, I'm talking about Doug.
Oh, Doug. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I need my fake backgrounds or no camera. So, the next one, return fairness doctrine. So, return to the fairness doctrine. Again, that was stupid that they ever left it, but that was more of that right-wing libertarian, money and equals speech and all that jazz. So,
Wait, what was that? Is that where the amount of time you got on a
I
station?
think there was equal time as part of that. Yeah,
They got rid of that?
in like 95, 96, something like that.
Yeah, that was a while
Oh, why would Republicans want to get rid of that? I would think that
Because stuff like Fox News isn't technically news.
It's what allowed Fox News to blow up in the way it and behave in the way it does. It's why they're able to do so much of their certain coverage without having on anybody of the opposing side.
Yep, because they're technically still not registered as a news station. They're entertainment.
So I think we all agree, yeah, bring that back. Why not? If you
Absolutely.
have control of Congress, do it.
Okay.
And then universal health care for all. I mean, I'm a single payer. I'm a fan of single payer. I think that's what it should be, essentially, Medicare for all. I don't know what you guys think about that. Like, to me,
yes,
we've said it before on this show, universal basic income and universal health care. That's the two founding blocks to fix the country and get everything back on the right track. Like, that's...
Yeah.
It's one of those issues that
make
me go, what? I don't understand what the point of having a country is if you're not going to be taking care of your citizens. Like it's. Do you know? Actually, I just learned. Do you know why? Do you know 3 presidents attempted to get universal health care in before Obama?
Really?
Remind me.
Theodore Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt. Oh, sorry, Theodore Roosevelt. FDR. And
Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt, also
and I believe it was Truman.
Truman? Oh yeah, Truman did have a. It was part of Roosevelt's plan, but yeah, it was trying to see through. But I want to say Johnson had it as part of the Great Society too.
Oh, maybe it was Johnson and not Truman. But here's why. What I discovered why they didn't do it was fascinating. So there was a guy who was really promoting against it because he was this statistician or something, and had figured out that if healthcare was not provided for the black population would die out in America within 3 generations. Because they saw how sick the poor blacks would get without healthcare. And they thought the way they would get rid of the black population in the U.S. after slavery there was just basically let the lack of health care kill them. And
what decade was this?
The guy started in like 1910, I guess, to promote this idea.
Okay.
And so it just going like,
it was very much a Jim Crow era.
Yeah, and it wasn't until like the 50s kind of screwed it up when they started getting so when Medicaid got passed for the states to start administering, the reason the South only agreed to Medicaid if it was state run and state level decided, so that they could decide on ways to keep blacks from getting the health care. So they could still discriminate against them. So the whole reason we don't have universal health care right now is back again to racism.
Well, isn't that what it always is? It's like it's like you look at the Nordic countries that have these social programs, and people are like, oh, it's because they're all white. And I'm like, is that really what it is? Is it just if we were all one color, we could have a social utopia, but because non-white people are going to benefit too, we can't have it.
That's basically it, yeah.
Well, the argument makes no sense. Like what?
Where does this learn?
It's just
where does this learned behavior, this idea that that having a ununiform populace is somehow unhealthy? Like, since when is hybridizing your right, introducing new information into the pool should be helpful? Like,
I mean, it's like that guy who was like all about like the Affordable Health Care Act, but didn't want anything to do with the Obamacare.
Oh, there's been a whole lot of.
Well, that's get your government hands off my Social Security type.
Yeah.
It was like, why did they get rid of the Affordable Health Care Act? I wanted that, but I didn't want the Obamacare. That's the same fucking thing, dude. He's like, well, why did you have it 2 names? We didn't. Exactly, you guys gave it the Obamacare name.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I saw that too. That was insane. Well, not insane. These people have no idea what they're talking about. That's why they're Republicans. But
so how we get there is a whole nother deal. But how do we get like another like FDR that just like comes in and he's like, oh, listen up, this is what we're gonna do now. It's all these things.
You mean somebody who's progressive who actually gets something done? Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, somebody who has nothing to fear. Like, yeah, like.
You're right. It's been a long time.
Who do you think?
Is it gonna have to be The Rock?
No, it's not gonna be The Rock. He's a Republican.
The Rock's a Republican.
Yeah. Is he a Republican now?
Yes.
Yeah, you can tell because he doesn't want to talk politics. He's like, yeah, I don't want to talk about that. You
Oh, God.
anytime someone says I don't want to talk politics, it's because they are on the side that's not doing well.
Oh, or they're like,
A lot
oh,
of
you
famous
are
people, though,
awful.
they're selling stuff, so they don't want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but usually I think Todd's right. Usually it's because they're Republicans.
No,
It
he
is.
is
I
right.
get
Yeah.
that.
It's like, and this is why I think a lot of people also say I'm a libertarian. I ain't no Republican. It's the same fucking thing to me. You guys are all about your guns and your other bullshit that like the Republicans all like, but you don't want the stigma of being associated with Trump. So you're saying
In a lot of ways, libertarians are worse. Like actual, like hardcore, like think about libertarians. They can be so much worse.
yeah.
I was gonna say
To be
nobody
honest with you.
really wants the Republican label. Like even Trumpers are like, I'm not a Republican, I'm MAGA.
Right? Yeah.
I'm not a rhino.
Meanwhile, Kamala Harris campaigned with Liz Cheney and cozied up to Republicans and tried to get
What the fuck is a
tried to
rhino?
let her know, like if you miss the classic Republican, vote for the Democrats. Like that was really the campaign they ended up going.
Rhinos are like the Reagan Republicans, like the old school. Republicans.
No, it means Republican in name only. So
Okay.
yeah, people who they say aren't real Republicans. Typically,
Right.
yeah, they would say like Reagan era. I mean, I can't even say that. I think Trump is a natural conclusion to Reagan era philosophies, like taken to their natural development.
Oh
Over
yeah,
time.
I mean Reagan wanted to kill the Department of Education, and Reagan closed all the public hospitals, and we didn't have a homeless problem in this country until Reagan.
Yeah.
What's the meme I saw today was
yeah. What the fuck? Yeah, you mean
the meme I saw today is if you can't blame everything on Reagan, but if you tried, you'd be right more often than you were wrong.
Yeah, you really would. The guy is just
Yeah.
God damn.
So what story are we on now? We still talking the 2028
So
thing?
now ban stock trading while in Congress. Yes, done. Anybody object?
Odd. It's so simple. It's the stupidest
wouldn't
thing.
not object?
It's amazing
Like,
that it's not already in a law.
yeah.
I don't think they should. I think they should be allowed. There should be a uniform 401k type thing that they all can put in. They're allowed, just like if you work at a hospital, you get 4
Fuck it,
choices.
no, they should have a pension.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
And then the pension can be invested, however.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
put that in
their
a
stock
process.
should be frozen while they're in office. The only thing I think there's details like they should be allowed to liquidate. Like if someone's in for 4 years, a lot can happen to if you were trading stocks beforehand.
You
If you had a lot of GameStop before you went in there, and then you're like, oh crap, do I lose all my money because I decided to?
I'm bag holding for GameStop.
I think there should be like a trust to allow whatever they were doing. Like they should have to. Edward Jones gets to manage their stocks while they're out. They can't have contact with their advisor, and the Edward Jones guy just goes off of stuff he knows, like something like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely seems to be a way around it. And then, what do we think about capping congressional salary 1.5 times the median income of their district?
No,
I mean, tied to their district somehow, some way. Sure.
I don't think that's.
I think people in Congress should work whatever the lowest amount of money is in the state. So if they're working, they should all be working like fast food wages.
Minimum wage. They should all be working minimum wage. I agree. Actually,
Well,
I
that
agree
makes them susceptible to bribery, though. Not that they already aren't, but that makes them especially susceptible to bribery. No, Silas, what were you going to say?
I just don't like because that means the people who are coming from poorer districts are also going to be not getting as much money in Congress, and they all live in Washington.
Yeah.
Like they live in one spot, so it's not really fair to those folks because they came.
That is true.
Yeah, no, they should make a salary, but
I'm just saying that so we don't have people who are getting these jobs because they know they can make a lot of money and won't have to do anything.
Yeah,
that's why someone gets a job.
Yeah, but congressional salary also isn't what makes them rich. It's all the side benefits and the speaking fees and the stuff they get.
The thing I think with Congress is I think they should I think they should be stuck, like the idea of them stuck on the same. They have to get whatever the medical plans everyone else does.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh
They
yeah.
shouldn't get the
Yeah.
special medical plans that they get,
Yeah.
or their pension for life that they only need to serve like, what is it? Is it one? Is it just like one term and then they get the benefits for life?
I think so. Yeah.
I think that might be correct. Yeah.
Because that has made me thought about like, could I get a House seat for just one term? I could do that for 2 years, just so I could get that pension. Great.
They should make it so you have to like get 2 terms before you can get the lifetime thing. Prove that you can do the job before you can get it.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can get reelected.
Yeah, if you can get reelected one time, then you can get that lifetime pension, whatever. Because I think this is why we got that dude from New York or Florida, the George, whatever his name was, who was like a compulsive liar.
Oh, Santos.
You'll have to be more specific.
Yeah,
the guy who was a drag queen who became a Republican.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah.
Again, you have to be more specific.
Hold on a second. Yeah.
It's not going to be a
I had a.
What?
I moved the fan so it's closer to the air conditioner.
Oh, that's fine.
But in terms of capping salary, like it is like
Okay.
that's one of my least concerning things on this whole list is what Congress people are making in terms of their salary.
The stock thing is way more important to me. The fucking Citizens United is way more important to me.
And then I'm going to combine these last 5 all into kind of one big discussion, which is appropriate taxation and what to do with and redistribution of wealth. Because, cap CEO pay at 35 times the lowest paid full-time employee. At the same time, we're going to tax billionaires out of existence, tax unrealized gains that are used as loan collateral, which is something we're trying to do in Washington State. Tax mega churches, tax them like a business, and then increase the minimum wage to $20 an hour. I think things like CEO pay and a minimum wage, I think those get taken care of if you're taxing appropriately. So if we tax billionaires appropriately and we tax unrealized gains and we tax mega churches, I think the minimum wage, people are going to reinvest to avoid taxes, and that's going to raise wages, and that's going to lower CEO pay.
What would motivate them to put that money into their employers rather than into like expanding facilities, fucking buying more land, fucking I don't know.
It's it goes into all of it, but one of the things they do is retain talent, retain staff, and hire new staff. That's one of the ways you avoid your taxes. Having a high income tax rate basically closes the window on CEOs paying themselves. And then that gets reinvested in the company.
Because if they're taxed at the 90% tax rate after $1 million, right?
Right, for example.
It doesn't, like, the benefits, there's part of it that makes it better, like, well, I'm not getting a lot more money, we should just put it back into the company should just get it.
Yeah, and that's why we've seen, again, going back to Thomas Piketty and capital in the 20th century, when taxes are higher, that is when we've actually seen upward mobility in society.
I mean, I agree completely with taxing the shit out of the billionaires. That I've got no issue with. I feel like taxing them and like more like writing laws to enforce like the next one that you're saying like having their wage only be allowed to be so much higher than the lowest paid employee. I think that does more directly.
That's something you have to do if. Sorry, say that again, Silas.
I just don't know. I don't know how good I feel about telling somebody like capping the wage as like I just feel that should be a universal principle of thought, but like a law saying that you can't make a certain amount
It
that
seems fair to me. It's not that you can't make that amount. It's the fact that if you want to make more, you're going to have to pay other people more. It's not saying I'm going to hope you invest this in money into your employees. It's a law saying we're going to make you if you want to make more, and that's
Yeah,
fair to me.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with that, but I think if you are, I think the reason that law seems like it's that the reason that law is necessary right now is because taxes have been so low for so long, that we need that kind of jump start to getting the cycle of the wealth coming back out and being paid back out. So I think if we it's really just a tax, and then taxing mega churches. Like, if you don't tax, to me, not taxing churches is a violation.
Well, and let me just say, I don't agree with taxing mega churches. I agree with taxing all religion, period. Point blank across the board. Mega churches, minor churches. If you're
tax them like they were a business. If they're selling stuff, if they're taking in income.
okay. I would say I would make them tax. I would want to tax in after they started making a certain revenue threshold. Like, I'm okay with small organization. I'm okay with community. I'm not a religious guy, but like there are churches that are secular because people just need a place to find community.
This is the way.
And I think it's okay to have small ones, huh?
I said this is the way.
Right. So, mega churches to me are just an obvious. Well, you're just a business like that. That is a business, but there are plenty of churches that are basically the equivalent of YMCA, and that's not that.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the question. Should a YMCA be a tax-free thing? Because what's the difference between, like, is the YMCA providing a service to the community, or is
they
it?
Actually are. They are, and it's a non-profit. Like YMCA is not a good comparison because they are absolutely a different thing than religion.
What does YMCA stand for?
And I knew you were going to say that. They even said they've separated themselves from the whole Christian thing.
But like, as compared to like a gym in your neighborhood, like, is the YMCA, because it offers more than just a gym?
I mean, the reason that they do have like stuff for homeless folk, and they do have stuff that is meant to get you back on your feet, much more than like a gym or a library does. I mean, not a library, just a library, but like a gym, like doesn't they do that for money? YMCA still does things to this day for helping homeless folk off the street.
And that's why we have certain tax exempt.
Yeah.
Exactly. The
right? Which is what a church. Technically, a church is one of them. I don't know what it is.
Well, a church should be doing. A church should be providing for the homeless. A church should be running a community garden. It should be what if they just did what churches are supposed to be doing according to their gospel, and we wouldn't have an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I just like the idea of like, look, if you're taking in more than you're taking in more than 500,000 a year, you're no longer a church. You're some fucking. You're a con. I mean,
you're a yeah. Well, but
you already are, but
I
mean, you know what I mean.
No church needs to be making that much money. Period. They should be saying, "Don't give us money." If they were being moral, they'd be like, "We've got more than enough money to keep doing what we're doing."
They should have enough to cover. They should be covering the cost. They should only really be covering the cost of like, the building and then the pastor and some, like an admin, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of them funnel the money. Like the mega churches probably have. Yeah, but we have our social media manager now, and we have whatever. Like, okay, but that's not what the intent was.
Yep. Because the point
they don't have to grow.
So social media managers are for businesses, which, ding, right there you go, right?
I think of it like, okay, I'm the president of a rec soccer group, right, of a club. Now, there's other club presidents in my association which run the way they're running their club, they kind of run it like they're trying to grow, big, right? Like, oh, let's provide this. This will attract more people to our thing. And they're kind of running it like a for-profit business, but nobody gets paid. And I just think they've missed the philosophy of it is, no, you're rec soccer. You're supposed to really just be in your little macro community.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about growth. It's about providing the opportunity and having, have some good equipment available for the kids and do the stuff, but like trying to expand your territory or whatever, it's like, well, that's why you don't need to get, or even just the trying to get the kids to play more often with them and getting brag about their numbers growth is like, well, I'm a little creeped out by this. I just feel like you should be working your little community, be available for people to come and let them know you're there. But you should never have too much money.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, and I think a revenue limit on what's tax exempt, I think, is only reasonable to keep around, because it's part of domestic tranquility to not have cons that grow to huge.
Isn't there an NFL team that is technically a nonprofit?
The entire NFL used to be a nonprofit.
The Green Bay Packers are community-owned.
They're community-owned.
Nonprofit.
Was it the NFL because the NFL Association was a nonprofit because it just kind of umbrellaed everyone together?
Up until recently, actually, the NFL was considered a nonprofit association. Yeah.
Yeah, like that kind of shit. Like, it should be like, okay, if you make this much money, you're no longer a nonprofit. You're just, you don't need
I believe
there's a point that
the NFL, yes.
A nonprofit the whole point of it is to help them exist.
Yeah.
NFL doesn't need help anymore. Right? Like,
exactly.
That's stupid.
Yeah, once you're established, you don't need the training wheels.
If a nonprofit's figured out how to get $10 million in a year, no, you're not nonprofit anymore. You don't need to.
Oh, hey, we actually got some comments I just now noticed over on the YouTube stream. Carolyn says low-income communities benefit massively from the YMCA and the YWCA, at least the ones I'm familiar with here in Seattle. And yes, the churches should at least spend some of that money on housing and health care for people. J-Dog would have helped. I don't know who J-Dog is, but okay.
Right on. Well, thanks for the comment. That was
J.D.
Carolyn,
Vance?
or who else?
Maybe she's talking about J.D. Vance. J-Dog.
I don't know why I think J-Dog for J.D. Vance. It's
J.D. J-Dog.
Oh, is that his real name?
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe his middle name is Dog. Maybe that explains why he fucks a couch.
Dog. J.D. Vance is not his real name.
No, right, that's right.
That part is actually true.
Wait, Vance is not his name?
No, J.D.
J.D. is not his name.
Well, doesn't that stand for something?
I always thought it was like John David or something stupid.
He goes by James David Vance, J.D. Vance. He was born James Donald Bowman.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
What?
He has changed his name several times.
Why did he change his last name?
Here's a quick history.
Probably not real cool with his constituents or something. I don't know.
Over the past 40 years, the author turned politician has had 3 different last names: Bowman, Hamill, and Vance.
Hamill.
And his first name has been abbreviated differently. So Vance was born James Donald Bowman in 1984 with his biological father's name, Donald Bowman. His middle name was changed to David after his parents divorced. He eventually took up the last name of his stepfather, Robert Hamill, and was named James David Hamill. From high school through his time serving as a U.S. Marine, Vance started using his first and middle initials and went by JD. In 2013, James David Hamill legally changed his surname to honor his maternal grandmother, Bonnie Blanton Vance, often called Mama or Mama.
Mima.
And in 2021, upon entering politics, he removed the periods from his initials. And so, yeah, that's how he got to JD Vance.
So Carolyn is correcting me. It's not JD Vance. She's talking about Jesus.
I thought I was going to guess Jesus. J-Dog, J-Dog. Jesus took the wheel.
I've never heard anybody called Jesus J-Dog, but that's awesome.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm all right with that.
J-Dog Christ.
Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't realize J.D. Vance has a real James Howlett type of history with his name.
Sorry, Carolyn. Jeez.
I know.
So I think that will wrap up the Project 2028 talk for tonight. We want to give some time here for Todd to get to his and weird news.
Right. Okay. So first things first. Everyone I think has seen season 27, episode 1 of South Park, or at least has heard about it. I just opened up. Oh, wow. Okay, there we go. South Park has been in the midst of a major licensing turmoil for the past few months following the end of the streaming deal with Warner Brothers, but the series has found an exclusive streaming home with major new deals. South Park has been stuck in the middle of some major legal issues as the streaming deal with Warner Brothers comes to an end. Paramount has prepared to add the series as a new streaming platform for its classic and future episodes. But thanks to upcoming merger with Skydance, there were some unexpected issues there as well. Says here, what?
I was going to say, we kind of got into this last week when we were talking about their renegotiating and how there was talk that they wanted a 10-year deal, but Paramount only wanted a 5-year deal. And it looks like they took the 5-year deal.
1.5 billion though. This makes these guys the highest paid comedy writers in history.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Each of them are worth at least $500 million each from just all their other work. Keep in mind they also have a Tony Award-winning stage play that they run.
Yeah, they're making that into a movie too. By the way, I don't know if you guys heard that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Book of Mormon's
Book of Mormon's going to become a movie.
Yeah.
I'll finally watch it.
Yeah,
right. I wanted to see it with my mom before she passed away, but.
Oh.
I tried watching a bootleg of it online, and it was just a god awful copy, so I couldn't finish watching it. But yeah, no, they got a $1.6 billion deal to do 50 new episodes, and the first episode had this fantastic deep fake of the president walking through the desert, taking his clothes off as he's walking through the desert. And
that's the only part I've seen.
I very much doubt there's anybody out who has not seen this by now.
Oh my god, I've watched it so many times. I have rewatched it like 6 times in the last 48 hours. So
I bought
I didn't know that was really aired on the show. I thought South Park was a cartoon.
No, they did, and that's a deep fake AI, and they don't normally do stuff like this.
Technically, is animation.
I mean, so it's still animation, but yeah. Well, yeah. They use deepfake technology, which basically is they take real images and they run it through a computer, and it matches the movement of an actual person who's walking through the scene. And what they did, one of the scenes, the thing that made it so funny is that he collapses on the ground and he kind of he's laying back and he pulls his head up to look down at himself, and then his dick gets up and goes, I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message. And
the whole thing was hilarious. Yeah, no, I bought a Paramount sub just to watch that episode. I literally heard about that, and I'm like, I gotta see this.
Yeah,
and I made Han watch it with me. That's probably the opposite effect that they meant to have, though. It's like, we weren't trying to make Paramount more money.
Yeah.
Oh no, they don't care. That's what exactly the funny thing about them. Only they could do this. Within 10 hours of them signing the deal, they released that that episode. They had this shit locked and loaded and ready to go. They knew they were gonna get it, and they were just waiting for the ink to dry. And
I wonder if this had to do with the 3-week delay to the start of the season, so they could get.
Oh, it did. It did. They were pissed off about that too.
Well, the thing is they can crank out a new episode in literally a week.
They don't do that though anymore.
They do though. They seriously do. Listen,
they don't. They
don't
do that.
They do because they did. Dude, they just fucking did it with. They talked about fucking Colbert in that episode. That only happened 3 days before that. How the fuck would they do that if they hadn't? Yeah. So seriously, they are still doing that because otherwise. How would they know about Colbert then?
I think that's why they delayed it. I think that's why they delayed it.
They don't do that very. That my point. They don't do that very often anymore. That is not something that they.
In fact, when they did the
because the last time they did that, it fucked them up because of the they expected a Hillary to win.
Well,
it fucked up their entire season.
They were just in a panel for animation on Comedy Central at San Diego Comic-Con. And they asked them what episode 2 is going to be about. It's like, we haven't finished episode 2 yet.
Oh, really? Are they finally doing this again? Because they said they were done doing that for a while.
I mean, they probably were done for a while.
Because it fucked up their entire that one season when Trump won. It fucked up that entire season. That's why the Memberberries and all that were shit, because they did not expect fucking Trump to win.
Yeah.
They were expecting the entire season written around that, and so they had to put everything out in like that really fast period, and they learned to hate it. They said.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I hadn't heard if any changes, but yeah, that's.
I didn't know they were stopped doing that. I have that documentary. I watched it a number of times, and they will crank out an episode in like a week.
Then they're starting. This actually shows they want to do it again, which is my issue before. Like I was saying that I felt like they didn't want to do it again. So if they want to do it again, that's great.
So, all right. So the next story I have here, and I saw this, and I think we may have talked about it too, but Disney is reportedly rebooting a classic movie franchise. It says here, Disney is apparently eager to reboot a classic movie franchise that has been part of their library for quite some time. While nothing is confirmed at this time, it would certainly make sense, especially since the franchise is one of the biggest cinematic properties of all time. Details regarding the report at this time are currently scarce, though a new report noted that we could actually, that actual concrete information could go into next year. For now, the studio plans to let the franchise rest for some time given their recent attempt at a sequel, and then they'll allegedly prepare for a full-on reboot. Now, what franchise do you think they're talking about, guys? Any ideas?
The Apple Dumpling Gang.
I have no idea.
I mean, it would be great if we
had.
Song
of the South. It's not going to be Song of
the South. I didn't want to say it. I was like Song of the South.
Zippity doodah, zippity yeah. No, actually, it's Indiana Jones.
The woke version.
It's Indiana Jones.
Well, they've already done
that. That's a Disney property.
Disney bought Lucasfilm in 2008 or 2009.
Well, you're talking about a reboot, not all the other ones have been sequels. You're talking about a full-on reboot.
They're talking about doing a full-on reboot, like recasting everybody.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm cool with that because I like those movies a lot, and that kind of storytelling has always been fun to watch. And we've had movies since then that have kind of tried to emulate it, but didn't have the same end result, I think. Like the National Treasure movies had that same kind of vibe to it, but they didn't go beyond 2 movies. They tried a TV series, but it didn't do as well. And I haven't heard anything as far as like a third movie. Nick Cage said that they tried, but they couldn't find a good solid script for that one. So, but I'm cool with them rebooting Indiana Jones, especially if they can get if they can get a good cast together. The guy who played a Solo could easily do it, I think. But honestly, I think they should have somebody else entirely. You know,
Yeah, he's probably like apprehensive about playing a young version of Harrison Ford
again, yeah.
Especially if it's a reboot. It doesn't have to look like him.
I mean, the other thing they can always do, and I don't know if they'll. I don't think they're going to do this because they're trying to do a reboot and not just another cash grab sequel.
Yeah.
They could just do a deep fake kind of thing because this is what they did in the last one. I mean, he's like 82 years old by the time that movie finally came out. He was in his late 70s when they were filming the movie. There's scenes where he looks like he's 35, but he's walking like an 85-year-old man. And
That's hilarious.
Yeah, they could do that if they got somebody else to do all the running around, which they did in some of the scenes where he's being chased by the Nazis and he's running across the train and all that shit. But
I'd much prefer they just recast the character.
Yeah, same. Yeah. I really like Indiana Jones, but I think I should. Honestly, you know, I think the person they should grab is Sean Patrick Flannery. He played the young Indiana Jones in the TV series back in the 90s. He could easily play the older Indiana Jones now. So, at least it would still be in canon, right?
Yeah, that's true.
All right. That is that story. And then we have. Finally is the Coyote versus Acme is getting a release because somebody else bought the rights to it.
Finally.
A company I think called.
So is this the one that was completed, but then HBO and Zaslav?
Yeah. And Zaslav was like, "Yeah, we're not going to release it because we want to use it as a tax write-off so I can make a bunch of money." But yeah, I don't remember. I think it's a company called Dynamite bought the rights to it, and they're releasing it. And they did a full-on panel at International Comic-Con or San Diego Comic-Con where they had someone dressed as the Coyote come out and actually answer questions from the panel with little signs.
That's awesome.
I was going to say, answer questions. The Coyote just...
Yeah, he had a bunch of them. He'd hold up a little sign, answering the question. And then the panel got interrupted by a lawyer for Acme Incorporated, and basically they are treating in the panel. I guess they were treating Acme as if they were talking about Warner Brothers. And he goes, and I think it was what is it? Will Forte, I think, is the human portion of the movie. And he says, I don't know what you guys are talking. I've never heard of this Warner Brothers Studios. I only know about Acme. So they were basically talking shit about Warner Brothers the entire time, and just by calling it Acme. But this says, let's see. Where is it? Coyote versus Acme first look clip reveals a despondent Wile E. Coyote finding hope in unexpected places in what seems like an early opening sequence from Coyote versus Acme. And the first sneak peek reveal from the movie shows us how the plot kicks off. Wile E. Coyote is despondent in his cartoon lair as the perfect song choice, Hurt by Johnny Cash, plays around him. Oh my god. It started with a fucking depressing opening. He has room for full dynamite, a room full of dynamite, and creates and other tools for his hijinks. But there's emptiness in his heart. But not all hope is lost. In this cartoon world, Wile E. Coyote watches a live-action TV screen showing the movie's smart use of hybrid animation and live-action sequences. On the TV, an ad for those cheesy law firms. Have you been hurt before? It asks. Gotten a piano dropped on you, or other ill fates? Well, Avery, John, and Maltese are ready to help you. Just dial 1-800-JUSTICE. If you've been hurt. The ad suggests, if not your fault, then surely you can blame someone. I should have read all this beforehand. Oh well. But yeah,
you don't have to read the whole thing. But yeah,
I'm not going to read the whole thing because there's a lot here and it's all bullshit. But no, I'm excited to see that this movie gets released. I would honestly, if I had to choose between all the things that got shelved, like eternally shelved by Warner Brothers Discovery, I would have picked Batgirl myself. But
I
like to look at this.
I want to see this for a long time, to be honest with you. First time I heard about this, I wanted to see it.
yeah, I mean, I think the last hybrid animated live action movie I saw was I think it was on Disney Plus. It was the Chip and Dale movie, which was basically like an extension of, or a sequel to rather, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's a very similar storyline even. But all right, so next story. God, I'm running through all this really quick. I don't want to like take up all of your guys' time. Kingdom Hill's coming back, guys. In case we haven't talked about it enough. I'm totally looking forward to this. I'm maintaining my Disney Plus membership because I want to be able to see this when it finally drops.
Isn't it Hulu?
It's going to be on Hulu, but Disney Plus has Hulu, so
Yeah,
it's part of the
that's where I
Disney
get
Plus
my Hulu.
thing now. So King of the Hill is gearing up for a new revival premiere on Hulu in little under 2 weeks, and this was posted on 3 days ago. It turns out some major characters have been recast heading into a new era of animation series. King of the Hill is coming back with a new season of episodes 15 years after the original ended on Fox, and the characters have aged a good deal since that time, but things have also been changing behind the scenes, also better reflect the times in the real world, as well as some of the voice cast needing a shakeup. Basically what they've done is the people that used to do the Asian guys in the show were white, so now they're not. Which is great. I think that's a good idea. I think it should. Yeah, it says here, Ronnie Chang is the new voice of Khan, which is awesome. I like him. He's funny. Taking over from Toby Huss. And 2 other Laotian characters have been recast for new rival series as well. Both Ted and Shane, I can't even pronounce that last name, Wasanasang, will be playing the role in the new King of the Hill series. So yeah, I think that's great. I'm looking forward to the series. I can't wait to see what happens with Bobby being a chef, not using propane. I saw that. I was like, this is going to be a running thing throughout the series, I bet.
Yes, it is.
All right, and then the last thing
I do hope it's not just like a one note, like, here's all the things you remember about King of the Hill, and we're just gonna do these same jokes every week.
There's not just a bunch of callbacks.
Yeah.
I mean, if they do it right, then the callbacks will be great. Oh, come on. What the hell? Of course.
You doing Aztec Batman?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to it, but it's asking me to fucking sign up. I don't fucking want to sign up. Anyways, Aztec Batman is the next animated Batman movie that's coming out. And let's see if I can find another source for this. God, I hate that. I don't want to buy or subscribe to your fucking newspaper. Go the fuck away. God, I hate this.
I had it up and then I went to click on it and I closed it.
See if this will give me...
Oh, this is... Okay. No, we can't do that.
All right, here we go. Archive.md has an archive copy of the story. Aztec Batman will take historical supervillain Hernan Cortez.
Cortez.
I don't know who that is, but it sounds like it could be interesting. Somehow we don't think Aztec Batman will have the same no killing rule as his comics forebear. Warner Brothers Animation released the trailer for Aztec Batman Clash of Empires during San Diego Comic-Con 2025, and it's taking Batman to new places. Specifically, the court of King Moctezuma II, the second. The titular Aztec Batman is, God damn it, of course it's going to be all words I can't fucking pronounce. That guy's name, whose father was murdered by Hernan Cortez, which makes a real-life historical monster Hernan Cortez this universe's Joe Chill. And also Two-Face after he's scarred by Aztec Catwoman. Their version of Bruce Wayne dedicates his life to becoming the ultimate warrior and vowing to take down Cortez and invade in the invading Spanish army. He's hoping for an inglorious bastard-style alternate history ending. Hell yeah, dude. I would be down for that for sure. I'm curious about this because this is an Elseworlds Batman, so... And I always like those. Those are always entertaining to watch.
I'd never heard of Aztec Batman, but that sounds dope.
I heard about it like 3 or 4 years ago for the first time when they first announced that they were going to do it. I didn't know when it was going to get released though.
I think that should be. I think that's what the DC should just do. Elseworlds. I like it.
You know what? I think it's. I would be absolutely down for it if Gunn decides to just do all the Elseworld stories for all the DC properties.
I like what Predator's doing. Just like, we're going to the Native American times. No, now we're going to Egyptian. Whatever
I
they
need
want.
to catch up on my Predator and Prey and that stuff.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in a while. Yeah.
Prey was really, really, really good. I mean, you gotta think there was what, like 1600s or 1700s, whatever, for that Native American woman.
Prey had no business being as good as it was. It was so good.
The impression I get, and I love Amber Midthunder. She was great in Legion, which is like my favorite Marvel X-Men thing ever.
I think she was also in Orange Is the New Black as well. If I'm thinking of the right person, we have one more here over on the Geek this week, which is this. Let me get this pulled up without it taking over the video screen.
So this,
again.
I don't know if this is geek or weird. This is the one I added about the Earth's kryptonite.
I mean, kryptonite is a real element that they used for Superman, I think. That's where they got the idea for it, because someone looked up elements that were weird looking, I guess. I don't know. It says here...
So
often
this was a new mineral that... Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, you want me to do this story since I posted it?
Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so it's often referred to as Earth's kryptonite twin. Jadarite is a rare and intriguing mineral that has sparked interest among both scientists and Superman enthusiasts. It was first identified in 2004 by exploration geologists working for Rio Tinto in Serbia's Jadar Valley. While it's Jadar Valley sounds like something out of Star Wars, does it not?
Yeah.
Got Rio Tinto in the Jadar Valley. That's definitely a Star Wars one. Its chemical makeup closely resembles fictional kryptonite. There are some notable differences. Instead of glowing green, it holds it has a potential clean energy source.
Wow.
So it's a sodium, lithium, boron, silica hydroxide mineral, which happens to match the fictional label on a kryptonite sample seen in Superman Returns. The mineral actually has chemical formula, blah, 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 blah. It appears as a dull white solid. Oh, well, that's not very interesting, is it? Oh, yeah, it looks like kryptonite. I just thought it was kind of an interesting story, but I'm not, upon reading it, it's kind of a nothing story. So.
Yeah. I mean,
let's move on to some weird shit.
Potential for it to being interesting, but turned out to be a dud.
Do you have the alien ship on your list?
The alien ship?
Yeah,
what?
The news about the alien ship that's something heading to Earth that's supposed to be here about November.
I haven't seen anything about that. I keep seeing people talking about it, but I haven't seen anything that has any real information about it. What have
Maybe
you
that
heard?
giant asteroid.
Huh?
Is it the asteroid that people are that one guy wrote might be a?
Well, because the trajectory that it's coming in at looks like it's trying to hide from us.
Oh,
How did we
people-
find it?
They suck
Well,
on hiding.
it got spotted, right? Like,
We're better at hide and seek than they are.
They can travel across the galaxy, but they can't hide from us.
They can't dodge our archaic fucking whatever system we're using.
hey, that's how we beat the aliens in Independence Day.
no, we beat the aliens in Independence Day because someone figured out that a Macintosh could write a virus that will interfere with the aliens' computers.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything could do it, it'd be a Macintosh, I guess.
Oh, a
Nothing runs wrong.
MacBook even.
Nothing runs well with Macintosh, so that makes sense.
So in the realm of that's some weird shit or whatever we're calling it today, I don't remember what changed it or not, but I came across this.
What an idiocracy is this?
Yeah. I ran across this on Instagram, and I'm like, what the hell? What? So apparently this couple, the guy is like always wanting to have sex, and she's not always up for it. So they decided to go ahead and spend a bunch of money on a very expensive sex doll that looks like her.
What?
Sex doll.
No, I heard what you said. I just,
Is this a same-sex couple or is this a same-sex
I mean, if you
couple?
click the link, you'll see the three of them there. The guy, his doll, and his girlfriend / wife or whatever she is. It says here, a woman came up with a solution for when she's not in the mood for a bit of in-between-the-sheets action with her husband. Char Gray, who's 23, and her partner Callum, 28, have mismatched sex drives, so to take the pressure off and cater to Callum's high libido, the pair introduced a look-alike doll, which they've nicknamed D.
Okay, I'll stop you right there, Todd. So, from what Todd said so far, Silas and Brandon, I want you to guess, is this in Europe or Florida?
Florida.
Ooh.
I thought the game was Germany or Florida.
Ooh.
We're not. I don't want to get sued.
Yeah.
By Germany?
I'm gonna guess Europe.
Yeah.
Todd, you want to keep going now?
And it's safe to say that the 1,500 pound, as in money, doll
Oh, there you go.
has
Really?
paid
wait,
for
they're really
itself.
heavy.
Hold up. Are we sure that's money? Maybe he's really into big.
I mean, it's got that little. I think that might be euro, actually.
It actually might be euro, 1,500 euro doll.
It's pounds, actually. I did a Google search on that amount.
Okay.
It says 1,500 pound sterling equals to about $2,002.02 United States monies. And I guess the doll has paid for herself. You see, the couple soon found that Dee spiced up their sex life so much that Char and Callum have left their respective jobs and ended an end-of-life care.
They both worked in end-of-life care.
Oh, okay. I'm reading that wrong. And an oil alloy painting to launch a joint career on OnlyFans.
Okay, I'm out.
Oh, okay. One of them worked in end-of-life care. The other one worked in painting. Okay.
Okay.
Alloy painting. Which.
Oh, I thought they meant the doll.
So I mean, okay. I mean, if you have a significant other who is just not as horny as you, and they're okay with it, then cool, good for you. I don't know if this is normal for anybody, honestly.
No, that's not nothing. No part of that is normal. Nothing about that story is normal. None of it.
And considering they're Gen, so they would be Gen Z because they're 23 and 28, right?
Oh yeah.
So
Could you imagine paying an OnlyFans just to watch somebody do something with a sex doll?
That
Like,
looks like his
what
wife.
What?
like just get your own doll.
I don't. I. What? That idea is just abstract as hell.
Doug, people watch people play video games.
This is true.
I mean, some people.
So I
just
guess
like
somebody would play to someone, watch somebody else play with dolls. I guess maybe that would make sense.
So who posted
Alright.
the?
Well, I think we.
Who posted the next one about the cannabis impact aging?
Oh, I posted those next two. We'll save those for next week. I think that's a good place to leave it for this week.
All right.
But that's a fun story.
Interesting story. Yes, it is.
Looking up OnlyFans.
Doug's like, I want to get off here so I can go look at their OnlyFans.
Yeah, I gotta go right now. But yeah, that'll wrap up for this week. Silas, thanks so much for joining us. And
Sure,
thanks for sending the topic over.
How can people find you, Silas?
like door to door.
Do you not do online stuff anymore?
No, I do. At Silas Laughs on Threads and Instagram. I do that. Otherwise, Silas
You
gets
got any
real.
houses up for sale?
I got actually 2 coming up in the next couple weeks, but I can't say, I'm not allowed to say anything about them until they are released. I just have Kirkland, I have a one under contract there, but then 2 more that I'm going to be selling in up there coming. So
Do you still do the Getting Real with Silas podcast for real estate tips and that stuff?
I do the You're Buying a Home with Silas Lindenstein podcast still.
Yeah.
That's where people can find me. you'rebuyingahome.com. And, you know.
Yeah, especially if you're buying a home in King County or even in Kitsap County or trying to buy anywhere. Silas is definitely a guy to go to.
You want to learn the process. You want to learn the process. You can just listen to them at the podcast, and you'll know more.
Okay, I got a question for you, Silas. What is the average payment people are making on homes as far as like I don't know what they call it. It's not rent, so
mortgage.
That's the word I'm looking for.
I mean, that would be more of a lender. It's so particular to people because you're like, well, what are you talking, condos or homes? Where is it? It's like, I mean, it's kind of like asking how much is rent.
Okay.
What's rent? Right? It's there. People can get a little condo that is maybe the same as people are. If you're like, let's say you're in Everett, right? You might be able to get a condo that's the same price as what your rent would be. That it's possible. Capitol Hill, maybe not.
Yeah, I figured living in King County makes it impossible for anybody to actually pay for a single domicile. You have to like rent with people when you live in King County.
Yeah, depending on your job. Yeah, I think it's getting less easy for single incomes to do that, for sure.
So are you not doing your other podcast anymore? Because you used to do another podcast with a couple other comedians, right?
Doing Black and a Half. Been on hiatus for a few weeks because of the summer vacation and children make things a little hard to line up. But I actually got 2 episodes in the can that we got to drop. And
you could put a podcast on summer vacation.
You can do whatever you want, Doug.
Yeah, we got to think about that.
All you got to do is attach little microphones to your kids and let them run around and just record everything they say and do, not showing them on camera.
I will do that as a public service for birth control.
Yeah, there you go.
Listen to them for an hour. You go, okay. I'm per vasectomy.
Isn't that good?
I mean, I'm trying to remember the guy's name. James, Robert. I think it's Robinson. And he's not no relation to Doug, but he has
I don't think it's Robin.
it's Robertson, I think.
Denying him now.
So he does videos on TikTok and Instagram that says reasons to not keep your sperm as a pet. And it's basically like what his kids are currently doing to like cause him to be like, why did I have kids? And they're really funny. I'll have to find. I'm pretty sure it's Robertson, James Robertson. He lives in near the state capital.
I don't claim any relation.
Yeah, I know. You're both funny, but yeah, no relation. So yeah, thanks for being on the show, Silas. It's always good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you guys.
And thanks everybody for listening. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a 5-star review wherever you listen to this podcast.
Yes.
And tune in again next week. For Todd, for Brandon, and for Silas, I'm Doug. Thanks for listening to Attention Deficit Hyperactive Politics. See you next week.